Hi, it's Rashida. Today I'm going to show you my week 9 process in my project life. And what I have done is I cut down some 12 by 12 papers that I just had in my stash, and I also cut down some papers that I found in some of the 12 by 12 paper pads that I also have in my stash. And I like to mix and match the different colors and along with my kit cards and some of the project life cards. So for me, it's just fun to mix and match those things and come up with your own color scheme. It's very fun to do. So once I decide on the cards and get those situated with my photos, it's just a matter of going and laying down the photos on the cards, and then from that point on it's just either embellishments or journaling or both. And so I find that that process is much more easy for me once I get going with the photos and the cards. So everything after that is just pretty much whatever I want to do in terms of embellishments. And so I'm going to corner round this photo using my Marvy corner rounder, and that is the best corner rounder that I've come across yet. I've used it on photos, I've used it on cardstock, and even on some transparency paper as well. So I really like that corner rounder. So now I'm working on my week 9 title card, and I usually do title cards because my weeks don't coincide with the normal weeks. Like, I don't go Monday through Sunday. My day starts and ends differently. So I like to keep up with the weeks, and that way I can also note what the date is, like my start date and my end date for that particular week. So I use Memento gray flannel ink. I believe it was gray flannel to stamp out this week. And I'm just using some Amy Tangerine embellishments, some thickers, and that brown tag that is from Amy Tangerine's Plus One collection. And those tags, they come on a roll, so they're really, really cute. And so yeah, I'm just pulling some things from her Plus One, Amy Tangerine Plus One sticker sheet. And now I'm just going to use some Daily Flash embellishments just to add a little something to the card. So now I'm looking at my phone to see what my start date was and my end date for that particular week. And so once I've got that going, I did go back and use my roller date stamp on the week card, and now I'm just going to embellish this card, which is a photo that I took, a selfie, I guess you could call it. Sorry about my head. And so I'm just going to document what I wore that day. And so that stamp that says what I wore, that is a Kelly Perky stamp. And I think the stamp set is called Happening Now. It's whatever that stamp set is. Sorry about that. I know that was quick. So now I'm just going through my foodie stamps, and I'm going to use this Create Indie foodie stamp set. I'm going to use the stamp that says So Good. I'm going to stamp it on that photo of the bread rolls that you see there. And I'm going to use this new ink that I just recently discovered called Surface, and it is by Color Box, and it's similar to Stays On, but with this ink I noticed that it does have an odor, whereas Stays On really doesn't have an odor unless you hold it up underneath your nose. But this particular ink, once you open it, it's apparent that there is a smell to it, a distinct smell to it. but nevertheless, I'm going to use it. And I just went through my crepe paper labels and stickers just to add something to ground the photo of this photo, which is it's a photo of some lasagna soup that I made. So I just added some embellishments to that, and I'm going to use my glossy accents to adhere this heartwood veneer to this card that says an ordinary day, and just to note that it was Saturday, so that's why I'm putting the heart there so the Saturday stands out. So I'm going back in my foodie stamps, and I'm going to use this stamp set by Miss Kim Creates. And I'm trying to use up my Memento inks, and I purchased them like a long time ago, and I just kind of set them aside, and then I brought them out again just to use them up so that they don't dry out. And I'm going to stamp this once, and then I'm going to have to stamp it again, and I know it's probably just my stamping error. For some reason I usually have to do those with the Memento inks, the full ink pads anyway. I have better luck with the Memento Dewdrop inks. So yeah, in Project Life, labels and label stickers and all of those type of embellishments, I go through those fairly quickly. Because they add just, just that simple touch to your Project Life cards. Sorry about my head. So now I'm using this color, I think it's called Raspberry. So I'm using my Amy Tangerine roller date stamp. And that particular label that says live the life you love the life you live, it has sort of a slick surface. So I wanted to use like a solvent ink like StazOn or this surface ink. So I think I'm looking for the date for that particular photo, looking at my phone. So I'm going to use my roller date stamp again, and this time I'm going to use the Memento Luxe ink. And I like using this ink on cardstock, or I would like to use it on my photos, but because I print from my Canon Selfie, and that paper from the Selfie is glossy, whereas I could print photos from my PictureMate because I can get the matte paper for that printer. So if I were printing from that with matte paper, I could probably use the Memento Luxe ink. But since I print from my Selfie, which is the glossy paper, which utilizes the glossy paper, I have to use like StazOn or that surface ink. So this is the right side of my week, and I'm going to use this stamp, and I'm going to stamp directly on that photo, and I'm going to use the surface again, and it's in black. So that ink, it comes in this little tin container, as you can see, and that's how it's stamped out. And I was having some trouble opening that container for a little while. So now I'm going to use this Amy Tangerine +1 stamp, and these are wood mounted stamps, and they're actually larger than what they appear in advertisement. So I think I'm just gonna store those in their original packaging. Might just be easier that way. So this is a photo of me and my mom. We got manicures, so I wanted to use that happy place stamp because I thought that would be cute just to put next to that photo. Yeah, I was looking for a label and sticker to go there as a journaling spot. And now I'm looking for a journaling stamp, and I'm going to use this Technique Tuesday stamp that says details. And on this card, which is next to this photo of, I guess you would call it like a shoe shot, that I took of the shoes that I was wearing on Sunday. And these shoes are by Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. And these shoes are so comfortable, so I just wanted to make a journaling spot to document that. And I just used the Close to My Heart ink in black to stamp that out. And these are Glitz Teeny Alphas in Tiffany Blue, and I really like this color. And I'm trying to spell out Master Chef because this is a photo of my dad in a chef's hat, and I couldn't spell out the whole entire word straight across because obviously I didn't want to cover up his face, and so I just kind of broke the word down and just brought the ER underneath because I think you can still read it as Master Chef. So I just kind of went with it. And that card that says This Moment, that is a Studio Calico card. And I'm just adding some stars from this Daily Flash label sticker set just to add a little bit of embellishment to the photo. So I'm almost done with the right side, and now I'm going to use this stamp that says Shoe View, and I know I'm off camera, you can't really see it. So I stamped that out, and it's pointing to, you know, me and my shoes. So I went back and did some journaling, and now I'm going to use this pink paisley artisan embellishment piece, and you can ink those, you can mist them, spray them, however you want to add color to them. So I added a label sticker to that 4x6 card, and I used this MFT stamp to stamp out Oh Snap, which is a photo of my mom. She's taking a drink. And I added some sewing, and I have a Singer Fashion Mate sewing machine, and it can do these little intricate sewing designs, and that's the first time I've ever tried using that. Usually I just do like a straight stitch or like the zigzag pattern, but it has this setting on it that it will do whatever this particular design is. It looks like an asterisk. So I'm just showing you a close-up of the stitching. And so that's pretty much it. And now I'm going to work on the insert. And this is really to document, I guess, an event, kinda. It was just on Sunday we went to church, and it was a family and friends day at church, and so I just wanted to, you know, document photos of my sister and her family, and then that's a photo of me and one of my one of my classmates from school, from middle school up until high school, and I had not seen her in quite some time, so I wanted to document that. And I'm using my corner rounder again. I'm telling you, I really like this corner rounder. And I'm just going through. It's very rare that I get to use things for boys. I mean, other than my nephews, and then in this particular case, my cousins. So I like to use those things that say, brother or boy or any of those things related that are related to boys. So I am using this stamp that says You and Me, which is by Inspire Lovely. And I kind of smeared it, but it's okay. I think you can still make out that it says You and Me. So I lost some of the footage on completing this insert, and so unfortunately you don't get to see the whole entire process of me putting it together. So this is how it turned out. I just did some stamping, added some embellishments, and so that's how that turned out. And this is my complete week. And then so I had some extra photos and some pieces of ephemera. So what I did was I took the creative my creative time tab, and I made little tabs for each of the pieces of ephemera photos, and I made this little pull tab with description of each of the items inside, and I use stamps to make like this little, I guess you could call it like a little legend or code thing that will coordinate with everything that's inside. So thanks for watching.